shifting production to Thailand and to Vietnam, Thailand and Vietnam.
So no, I'm not going to talk about Thailand. My only point about all that is that if people around the world, including 1 billion people in South Asia, pronounce Thailand the way it's spelled, with an H, then Trump can't be entirely wrong about it, can he? The point I want to make, though, is a deeper one. Why this animus against Trump? Why the desire to show that he's a complete fool and a complete yahoo? The truth of it is that when you compare Trump to his critics, he's in a far better position. He went to an Ivy League university, Wharton, and most of them didn't. He lives in a mansion, and they don't. He's traveled all over the world, not just on a cruise, but he's met with world leaders. He's gone to all kinds of places. He's done deals with all kinds of people. He has his name on innumerable buildings around the world, whereas many of his critics, I mean, to look for their name, you'd have to get their driver's license, or their book that they wrote for the tenure committee that 7 people have read. So envy, I think, is what I'm saying, is part of what's behind Trump derangement syndrome. Trump is actually more sophisticated, more successful than they are, and they just can't stand it. And the broader point here is that this is part of the larger cultural animus on the part of journalists and academicians towards successful entrepreneurs. Now, the typical academic, let's say the professor of Romance languages at Bowdoin College, is not a failure. I mean, the guy lives in a decent home. He has central air. You know, he might drive a second-hand car, but he travels first class using his airline miles. So he's doing okay. He's probably paid $120,000 a year. But what really gets him is that he thinks he's the smartest guy on the planet. And he can't believe that some overweight Rotarian with a gold chain on his chest in his own community is pulling in $1.5 million selling term life insurance, or a guy who owns 15 Denny's franchises and is far more successful. So what I'm getting at is that our society assigns more rewards to entrepreneurs than to anyone else. And the academic and journalistic class, which is unentrepreneurial, unenterprising, has no idea how to make an iPhone or run a business, but they're masters of words, and they channel those words and feelings into resentment and envy and really hatred of people who are actually just who never give them a moment's thought and are doing better and living better than they are.